I'm Vicki Novak with creatingmyideas.com, and I'm going to show you how to revive your old plants that you have at home, your silk plants, redo them. I took this one, I had made this one before, and my cats destroyed it. So I took the opportunity to clean it off, and I'm putting it back together now. So these here are tie plants. I got them with Joann's fabric, and they're already glued in, so I don't want to pull them apart. But in my container here, I have a wooden container, I used this softer silk floral foam, and I stuffed it pretty full, but I didn't want to fill this thing all the way full with floral foam, so I used this stuff called Great Stuff. It's for insulation on your windows, doors, whatnot. It expands. This is what they use in silk plant trees. They fill this foam up quite a bit, and you put your branches in there. Anyways, long story short, I like to fill in the space on these. I put my brick in the middle, and then I kind of fill in the gaps with this stuff, and it holds in place. Because you want your foam to be firm in your container so it doesn't move around. So if you don't want to use this, and you've got a 6-pack of foam or whatever, then fill it in the gaps, stuff it in there, piece it, whatever you got to do, and use your glue gun to fill in the spaces. Then I take, once that's in there firm, I take and I cover it up with Spanish moss or whatever you have that you want to use. The whole purpose of Spanish moss is to cover up the foam so that nobody sees it. So you want to have on hand too some good wire cutters. This is really important. If you don't have them, it's not a make or break situation because you can work at it and bend it back and forth. So let's get started. I took these tie plants. They have a big thick plastic around the edges, so I cut these, probably leave 3 or 4 inches at the bottom, enough to shove that into your foam, and leaving them at different heights. I do my tallest one in first, then my next one a couple inches shorter, like 3 or 4 inches shorter, then another one shorter. Different heights adds interest. So I put those in there, and I put some glue around the base with my glue gun because I knew this is for on top of my fridge, and my cats like to hop up there to get onto the pot shelf. So I knew they were going to be trashing it. So anyway, so I glued it in a little better. So now I have a bunch of scrap leaves that I had. I'm a professional florist, so I save everything. I don't throw anything away. I want to recycle these. And I also have a steel pick machine. This thing is worth its weight in gold. If you're not a professional florist, you don't need one because they can be pricey, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby with a coupon for like $79, something like that, plus tax. This thing, you pull it forward, and you put your tip of your stem, lay it down in there. I'm right-handed, lay it down in there, pinch it closed, oops, pinch it closed, and try not to move it. Pinch it closed, and it puts this steel barb on it. These things are razor sharp, they will cut you, so be careful, but it holds it in the foam just like the fish hook does. So this thing is worth its weight in gold. If you're doing a lot of arrangements or planning on it, it's definitely worth it. Maybe you can share it with somebody else, or if you have the money, go buy one. I definitely love it. I recommend it to anybody. So I have all of my tips, because these are already in here once, so I'm just redoing it. I washed them and put it back in here. So all of these leaves here, the longer ones, I'm kind of sticking these in the background with my taller branches. And I'm just kind of working my way around at different heights. I'm going to do some tall, straight in the back, off to the side here. Do layers of them in between. Tall ones, short ones. Maybe if you can, stick it right in the middle of the leaves here. You want them to stand at different heights and hopefully not just plop over. No, it might be bent a little too much. That's alright, I'll still use it. These plants are getting old here. So, poking these in at different heights. So I've got all those kind of off to the back right-hand corner at different heights. I kind of staggered them. Then I have some palm leaves. These are all scraps that have fallen off of other plants at my store. And I save them. I don't throw anything away. And I'm taking this, and I'm kind of putting them in the background too on the other side. Kind of stagger them in. One in the back off to the right. And I kind of put them in at different layers, same thing. Another one up here, and another one down here. I thought I had another one, but I guess not. I try and work with odd numbers, but you don't need to do that with this one. See how it looks already? It looks good. And then I have a bunch of ivy here, and I separate my ivy kind of by the longer ones So you want to poke your ivy in. You want to have some trailing down, so I poke it in. Now if you don't have a steel pick machine, there are these sticks, these green sticks here. They come in all different shapes or all different lengths. This is the long one here. They come in 4 or 6, whatever. You can just get like the shorter size, and they have wire attached. You just take the end, the wire, and wrap it around your stem. You need to use your glue gun and attach it with floral tape. This floral tape, let me show you how to use it. It's not real sticky. It's not supposed to be. It has wax on it. Kind of smash it down into your end, and you slightly pull and overlap it as you go. And that wraps around. That kind of hides, finished everything off really nice. This comes in brown, green, and white. This is what I use to finish off floral bouquets for weddings and stuff too. But that kind of gives it a nice uniform look. They all look the same, and it holds your stem on there, your stick on there, and hides it. So that's a good thing to have. Everybody should have floral tape at their house. So okay, back to my arrangement here. Go start poking in my stems, and I bend them down as I go along, kind of, because I want everything to look like it's growing that way. Nothing grows straight in nature. And I put my shorter ones kind of on the top, sticking up. Find all my long ones. You want to make them, put them all the way around so they're uniform in size. Find some more long pieces, put those around the back. So you've got long ones going around the back, and shorter ones in the middle. Work your way around, turn your arrangement, shove it in there good. Give it a good, at least an inch or 2 or more, depending on whether you've got a steel pick on the end or just the stick, or if you're just using the wire, then you want to go a little bit longer so that you get it in there and it doesn't fall out. So just keep layering on longer ones down at the bottom, your medium length at the upper levels here. What do I need? I want to put a little bit more on the front, since this is an area that I don't have anything else at. Some longer ones here. This is going to be a front seen by everybody that comes into my house. Put medium size here as I go. See how that's looking nice? And just kind of fill in with your shorter pieces in the middle. All of the gaps, fill in with your smaller pieces. Poke them in there all the way around. Turn your arrangement around. Stick them in there. All the empty spaces, fill it in. You want it to look like a lush tropical arrangement. You don't want to see that foam. Hopefully not the moss either. And don't be afraid to stick a piece in the middle here. Growing up, because things do grow up in nature. And another piece around the side here. Another piece around the side there. And turn it around to see if I've got any holes, that I do in the back here. So another piece here. Now I have, this is the front, this is the back right here, the tallest piece. And I have some Wandering Jew in here that I was planning on using. Just because I have different colors in here, I like to add different contrast. There's darker colors, adds some, a different element to it. There are lots of different colors in nature, so I try to use different colors in my designing too. So I'm kind of sticking another piece in here, in the middle, and I curve it out a little bit like it's growing in there, of course. And a little piece over here to the side. Just fill in these little holes here. Like that. So now I want to add a little bit of color. I've got red in these tie plants here, and I have some scraps in my little flower shop that I want to use. Now if you've got a flower head like this, you don't want to throw it away. Your hair flowers, you've got plenty of those. You can take, I save all of my wires. Whenever I cut flowers off of long wiry stems, I save those because I never know when I'm going to need them. And they come in handy for instances just like this. So cut your stem down and figure out what's going to fit in that little hole. You got a hole in the back here where the stem goes. Fine, cut it down till you get a wire that fits perfect. Okay, when you find it, you get it all whittled away, put some glue from your glue gun on there, maybe put it on your stem and your wire and poke it on just like that. And this is where the floral tip comes in handy because you can wrap it, give it a little bit more secure edge. Let that glue dry a little bit because if it's wet, if your glue is hot, it kind of melts your floral tape because the floral tape has a wax on it. That's what makes it grip. And you're going to start wrapping it around really good. Give that stem a little bit of security here. And just wrap it all the way down to the bottom, like so. Now I've got a little bit showing, but that's okay because it's going to be poked down in. And I'm going to put a floral pick on here in the end. Yep. For some reason it's not staying today. Try it again. Okay, now I've got my stem on here, and I'm going to make this kind of, actually I didn't need it that long. I'm going to cut this down after all, so you get an opportunity to see. If your wire cutters, the stems are really thick, you have to cut them a couple times. So, and if you have to bend them back and forth, whatever you got to do, work away at it. Don't hurt your hand. And I'll put another pinch on there. So I'm going to poke this down right in the middle here, give it a little bit of color. And I've got a little flower bud from it. Give it a little perkiness here. Floral bud, and I'm going to kind of make that go a little bit off to the side, a little bit taller than my peony is. And I have some mimosa stems left over that have a little bit of red in them, and I'm going to add these, just to add a little bit of red filler to make it kind of blend in. I take my taller one, I might poke it right down here in the middle, just kind of blend in with the rest of it. I'm going to take another branch off to the side here, just to kind of show you, add to it another little piece here, just poke it in wherever in the front here, and I'm all done. So you can see that, that was quick and easy to do. So maybe a half an hour, you can do it too, okay? Hope you learned something today. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, or go visit my blog, creatingmyideas.com. I have lots of tutorials and how-to steps on all kinds of floral arranging. Bye, have a great day.